It's been a minute, but welcome back to the weekly entertainment news video, with today talking about lots of casting updates with Now You See Me, Jurassic World, and of course, finally the reveal for Shadow the Hedgehog. So that and much more, let's get into it. Now, first of all, I'm so sorry for the lack of uploads in the month of April. It's just been a shit show when it comes to like work and other kind of stuff going on, especially with like my car. So I've just not had the energy or the chance to record. I was in the middle of also recording my like CinemaCon recap and a weekly entertainment news video last week, but then shit hit the fan when it comes to the equipment. So just a lot of things were just happening all at once, so I just had not had the chance to do any recording or anything like that. I apologize, but videos should be coming thick and fast here on the channel. And for those of you that are new to the channel and have subscribed, thank you so much for all the support. Reaching that goal of 450 subscribers definitely means a lot, so thank you so much for everybody that's subscribed, that's watching, that's liking the videos. And if you are new to the channel and you haven't subscribed, do consider hitting that subscribe button, as we do these weekly entertainment news videos every week. Again, it was a bit of a blip this month, but we do these every single week, along with reviews when it comes to movies and TV series. So we have got tons of reviews coming out here. So if you do like that type of stuff, consider hitting that subscribe button, smashing that like button. When it comes to these weekly entertainment news videos, timestamps will be in the description down below. So if there's anything you're more interested in, anything you want to skip around to, timestamps will be in the description down below for that one. And just before we get started with the weekly entertainment news video, I know it's a bit of old news, but with TMNT The Last Ronin confirmed to be a live action rated R TMNT movie, as you can see, I've got the book right here. I'm so pumped for that. So I just needed to let everybody know about that we're getting a live action TMNT rated R movie, and I'm so pumped for that. If you haven't got the book, highly recommend it. It's such an amazing comic. You can get it on Amazon or at your local bookstore or comic book store. It's a great read if you love TMNT, so highly recommend that. I'm so pumped for that. But we'll get started straight away with like the trailers of the week. With the first trailer that we're going to be talking about is M. Night Shyamalan's Trap movie, where this one is about a father and daughter attending a concert, in which the father is seeing so many police and security guards. Once he goes and asks one of the workers what's going on, we come to find out that this whole concert is a trap to try and capture this serial killer who is chopping up, butchering these people. And so this concert is a way for them to trap the killer, who they know is going to be in there. In the trailer, it does reveal Josh Hartnett possibly being the killer. I'm not sure, because when it comes to an M. Night Shyamalan movie, you know there's going to be lots of twists and turns, so it could be him, it could be a different serial killer. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm loving this kind of unique take with this movie. It's such a unique premise, and the fact that we're going to be focusing on a serial killer trying to escape a concert with all the exits covered, I'm all on board for this. So the trailer definitely has intrigued me. I cannot wait to check it out. So if you've seen the trailer, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Do you think you'll be checking it out? Are you intrigued? Let me know down below. But for the next trailer we're going to be talking about is a Transformers 1 trailer, which this is kind of like a backstory or a prequel to the Transformers movies or to Optimus Prime's story. I've seen a lot of like mixed reviews when it comes to the trailer, and I'll be honest, when it comes to the animation, not a huge fan of it, but I can get on board with that. My biggest gripe is the tone of the movie. Now, like, you've got the voice casting with Scarlett Johansson, Brian Tyree Henry, Chris Hemsworth, Keegan-Michael Key in there. So you've got a good casting in there, but the tone of the movie with the trailer just looks very comedic. Now, when the trailer did get released at CinemaCon, a lot of people were describing it and comparing it to like the Minions movie, and I can definitely see that connection there and the comparison. I'm just a bit worried, because you've got a movie where it's focusing in on the Transformers, so there's no human characters or elements in there, but I don't want it to go like, it really did feel like I'm watching one of like the newer Marvel movies, especially with the comedy just thrown in there. Some of the jokes landed, but the other jokes were very cringe and just didn't work for me. So that's my biggest fear when it comes to this movie, is that while the animation, you can kind of get used to it, is that the tone of the movie isn't just joke after joke after joke and it's kind of taken serious. I doubt this is going to be the only movie in the franchise when it comes to like this sort of world building that they're doing. And because you've got the birth of, as you see it in the trailer, of them becoming Transformers, you've got also the birth of the Decepticons, so I'm just hoping that you get like a more grounded, serious tone in the movie and it's not just jokes after jokes, but we'll have to wait and see. But again, if you've seen the trailer, what are your thoughts? Let me know down in the comment section below for this one here too. Now, for the next couple of news stories, we're going to be talking about some movies that are ones to keep an eye out on. So the first one we've got is called Project Hail Mary. So you've got Phil Lord and Chris Miller's Project Hail Mary, starring Ryan Gosling, will release on March 20th, 2026, so in 2 years' time, and it's going to be released in theaters. Basically, the movie is following a man who wakes up from a coma afflicted with amnesia and soon remembers he was sent 12 light years away from Earth to save humanity. Kind of reminds me of Lightyear, like the Buzz Lightyear movie that came out a couple of years ago here, but where you've got Phil Lord and Chris Miller a part of it. You've got Ryan Gosling, who's really stepping up in terms of like the movie projects he's part of now. So this movie definitely sounds intriguing, and one I'm actually curious to be checking out because of who's behind it. If you're not aware, Chris Miller, Phil Lord, most famously behind the Spider-Verse movies. So Into the Spider-Verse, Across the Spider-Verse, my favorite movie of last year. You've got Beyond the Spider-Verse, which I'm super pumped about. So the two of them behind it. So this could be a really, really fun, entertaining, exciting movie. So definitely one to keep an eye out on here. But another one we've got is some Martin Scorsese movies that I definitely want to keep an eye out on. So this is coming from The Variety, confirming here that Ageless Arturus, Scorsese eyes a Frank Sinatra biopic with Leonardo DiCaprio and Jennifer Lawrence. So in the article, it's confirming here the 81-year-old director has mapped out his next several projects. Sources say he plans to shoot 2 films back to back. The first one about Jesus, the second one about Frank Sinatra's biopic. So the first one we'll talk about is the life of Jesus. So we've got understanding here that Andrew Garfield and Miles Teller are in talks to star in the Martin Scorsese adaptation of Shuaku Endo's Life of Jesus, with filming set to begin this year. Now honestly, having Andrew Garfield be attached to this, I'm all on board. I do love him, not only just as Spider-Man, although his Amazing Spider-Man 2 movie is a bit questionable in my personal opinion. I love him in a lot of movies. Like Hacksaw Ridge is one of my favorite movies of his. Honestly, if you haven't seen it, I highly recommend that. So I'm definitely curious to see with him, Martin Scorsese working together. I'm 100% all on board with that. But then what's interesting is the next project he's working on is a Frank Sinatra biopic with Leonardo DiCaprio playing Frank Sinatra, and Jennifer Lawrence is going to be portraying his second wife, Ava Gardner. Now, I'm not going to sit here and pretend to know a lot about Frank Sinatra. I've heard some of the music, but I can't be saying that I'm a vivid fan of his or like I've heard all his music. But when it comes to like these biopics, like I was a huge fan of Elvis, and for me it was in the top 3 movies of the year that it came out. I think it was 2022. So I really, really enjoyed the Elvis movie. So I'm a huge fan of these type of biopics movies. Having Martin Scorsese, Leonardo DiCaprio working together, of course, I'm all on board with that. So those 2 movies I definitely want to keep an eye out on. So you see this and you hear this. What are your thoughts? A, which one do you think you're going to be checking out first? And which one are you more excited about? And if you're a Frank Sinatra fan, are you excited about this? Let me know all of that in the comment section down below. Okay, now for the next news story. It's honestly one I've been wanting to talk about for a couple of weeks, but I haven't had a chance to do the weekly entertainment news video. Is an update when it comes to the Ryan Coogler, Michael B. Jordan movie. So this is going to be an untitled vampire movie with Warner Brothers. So coming from the deadline, confirming here that Ryan Coogler's new thriller starring Michael B. Jordan is starting to film here. So we've got the first look of like filming here. The movie's coming out in March 7th of 2025. So just under a year left, like 11 months now. And not only this, but the cast is just amazing when you've got, like I said, Michael B. Jordan in it. You've got Haley Steinfeld in there, Wunmi Mosaku, I apologize if I butchered their name, but that's Hunter B15 from the Loki series. You've also got Delroy Lindo in there, so just a great casting choice as part of this movie with Ryan Coogler attached to it. So I'm really, really pumped about this. I just, every time we get an update when it comes to this movie, it just gets me more and more excited. But you see this and you hear this, what are your thoughts about this as well? Let me know down in the comment section below. In terms of the casting, what are your thoughts about it? How excited are you? Let me know all of that in the comment section down below. Okay, now for the next news story, we've got an update when it comes to the Invincible series. So I posted my review, that was my last video back 2 weeks ago here, of the series review for season 2. Honestly, a show I highly recommend. If you haven't had a chance to check it out, do check it out. It's such a great show. But we have got confirmation that we know season 3 is going to be in the works and they're working on it. Hopefully it's not going to be too long like it was between season 1 and season 2. But we've got confirmation here that confirming that Invincible has been reportedly renewed for season 4 and season 5. Now, I've not read all of the comics. I'm still working my way through the comics, but I don't want to read too far ahead because I'm just loving what they're doing with the show. But you have so much story to tell with the show and what they're building up, especially with season 2 and what they're building for like future seasons. There's going to be some amazing story with this show, so I'm so pumped about this. So happy that we're getting 5 seasons so far. They've even confirmed here that apparently we're going to be getting a live AAA video game for the Invincible. Now, it's not 100% concrete. They're like working on a fundraising campaign for the game, but I'll be on board with that. I would love to play an Invincible game like this. So just a great time to be an Invincible fan with lots of comics to read from, lots of episodes to be checking out, and possibly a video game. So you see this and you hear this, 5 seasons of Invincible. What are your thoughts are about it? speculations and theories on what they could be doing for season 4 and 5, let me know down in the comment section below. Speaking of shows that definitely caught me by surprise too, is we've got an update when it comes to the Fallout series. Now this series premiered on Amazon Prime. Honestly, I was planning on doing a review, but I just, again, never had the chance to do it. I loved the Fallout show. Not played the video games, but I actually really enjoyed this show and it surprised me. Only criticism I have, like my major criticism, is that all the episodes released the very same day. Like, it has to be a binge watching series rather than a week to week show, which I think was just a huge mistake because it's very hard for people to binge watch. It was 8 episodes with like an hour each for each episode, so it was very hard to binge watching it, especially with like everything going on with so many shows and movies and like work life and all that kind of stuff for regular people. So I feel like having it to week would have been more ideal, especially because like all the hype is just gone now, when you could have had everybody talking about each episode every single week. But the show really did surprise me. But confirmation here coming from the Variety saying that Fallout has officially been renewed for season 2 at Amazon, and again, really pumped about this because what they did with like the world building, the lore exploration, especially with like the character development, like I said, not played the games, but I was really invested in each of the characters, especially the Ghoul and Lucy, the main character, and what we're following here and what they build up towards a finale and then setting up for season 2. This is going to be a great show to check out and to keep an eye out on. So again, if you've seen the show, what are your thoughts about it? Let me know down in the comment section below. And if you have played the video games, right now I can only find Fallout 4. Would you recommend just Fallout 4? Would you recommend me trying to get the previous games as well? Please let me know in the comment section below. Okay, now for the next news story, we've got some rumored casting when it comes to the Jurassic World, Jurassic City movie, the one that's coming out next year that the studio are rushing to see. So coming from Daniel RPK, he is confirming here that Coleman Domingo, who is actually a fan casting for playing King in King Dynasty or in future Marvel movies here. So he is apparently being rumoured to play the villain in the Gareth Edwards Jurassic World movie. Not only that, we have got an update when it comes to like the lead of the movie. So coming from the Deadline, confirming here that Jurassic World Jonathan Bailey is being circling to play the lead role in the new movie from Universal. Now I'll be honest, I'm not too familiar with Jonathan Bailey in terms of like his previous work, but he is apparently in early talks to star in the movie as the lead. Not only that, there is actually rumours too that Dev Patel, who just recently starred in Monkey Man, high praises for that movie, he's apparently being rumoured there. So the rumours that we've got is Dev Patel, Jonathan Bailey, Scarlett Johansson and Coleman Domingo as being eyed to star in the Jurassic World movie. Now, I've said this many times when it comes to this movie in terms of excitement level or interest with it. I feel like because the studio is rushing it so much, because you had directors that being attached and then removed, and then you're just bringing in a director so that you can just quickly rush the movie, them wanting to release it in July of next year just really doesn't give me any hope in terms of the movie being actually good and story focused. And with like what they've done in the previous movies, and like just with the rumor about it just being like sort of an action movie when it comes to like the human characters, it's got me a bit worried. So while the casting honestly really is great, Dev Patel, Coleman Domingo, Scarlett Johansson, that has a great cast, I'm just not sure the movie is going to turn out good whatsoever. But I could be wrong. I'm hoping I'm wrong, but again, we'll just have to wait and see when it comes to that. So you see this casting choice, this rumored casting choice, bear in mind too, just want to confirm that, so it's not 100% concrete. What are your thoughts about the casting? Would this get you more excited? Are you, again, like a little bit hesitant as well with the movie? Let me know down in the comment section below. Okay, so next up on the list, we've got updates when it comes to the casting for Now You See Me 3. Again, I've emphasized this on the channel on the previous videos. I love the Now You See Me movies, part 1, part 2. Some great movies, some great twists and turns that you get, especially with the cast. But we have got some casting updates with this. So coming from the Deadline, confirming here that Ariana Greenblatt, apologies if I butchered that name, she has joined the Now You See Me 3 for Lionsgate. So if you're not aware who she is, she played the daughter in the Barbie movie and 65. She was also in it. She's in the upcoming Borderlands game. She was also the child version of Gamora in Avengers Infinity War 2. So she has done a lot of like work in some big franchises. But not only that, we actually got more casting updates here. So coming from the Hollywood Reporter, confirming that Justin Smith and Dominic Caesar has joined Ariana Greenblatt in the Now You See Me 3, with Ruben Fisher set to direct the movie. So you've got all the cast returning from like the previous movies. So you've got a mix of old generation plus new generation building up here. So it looks like those three cast members, Justin, Dominic and Ariana, are going to probably be the new magicians. and probably like some kind of turf war, whatever it could be. Like, again, me just speculating, but it could be them working together or them battling it out with sort of like the tricks and stuff like that. Who knows? But this is a really, really great casting here. Now, Justin Smith is, for me, most notably in like the Detective Pikachu movie. I know he was in a couple of other movies, most recently like the last one this year. Not had great reviews for that one, but again, this really looks like it could be combining with such a great premise and a great casting ensemble. So I'm excited for this. Like I said, the past two movies are really entertaining. If you haven't seen them, highly recommend it. But this one does have potential to be as good as the previous two, wrapping up a brilliant trilogy. But you see this casting choice. What are your thoughts? Are you excited about this? If you've seen the movies, do you think, what are your speculations in terms of what the premise could be, what the plot could be? Let me know down in the comment section below. Okay, now for the next news story, we have got an update when it comes to the Blade movie, like Marvel's Blade with Mahershala Ali. Now, Jeff Snyder, who is a reliable source, he does get stuff wrong in the past, but he actually went on this podcast, just went and confirmed this on the podcast.
I'm told Blade is going to start shooting in Mexico this summer, and that it has been stripped down to Mahershala Ali just killing vampires.
Now, you can take this with a grain of salt here, but he's basically confirming that the filming is set to begin this summer, which, if it is true, it's just finally some good news, some good updates when it comes to the movie. We are also getting reports coming from Daniel RPK, a reliable scooper, but of course with this you can take it all with a grain of salt. But he is confirming that the Blade movie is reportedly set to be in modern day MCU, will tie into the Midnight Suns project, and Michael Green wrote the final script. It is also being reported that Mia Goth is apparently still attached to be playing the villain of the movie. So honestly, this just screams like a more positive update, because it feels like the Blade movie has been stuck in limbo for such a long time, and we're just not getting any updates with it, even to the point where you didn't even think the Blade movie was going to be coming out. But it looks like there's finally some light at the end of the tunnel. Hopefully this is true and that filming is going to be set later on this year, so that the movie can come out next year, because I've been really looking forward to this movie. Like, you've got the Wesley Snipes Blade movies, which are so fun and entertaining. I don't see it holding up as strong as previous Blade movies, but I love the cast with like Mahershala Ali. You've got Mia Goth in there supposedly, so just hopefully this is a good movie with a great script. But you see this and you hear this, what are your thoughts? Are you excited about this? Are you glad that we're finally getting some updates with it? Let me know in the comment section below. But in terms of going on to DC side of things here, we actually got some casting news with filming right now for Superman. We have got apparently some updates when it comes to Superman or Clark Kent's parents. So this is coming from The Wrap, confirming here that Pruitt Taylor Vince has been cast as Pa Kent in James Gunn's Superman, while we've got the mother Martha Kent being played by Neva Howell in the Superman's James Gunn Superman movie. Now, again, with filming right now, so we're going to get more casting like updates and like set photos and all that kind of stuff. But I'll be honest, I'm not really familiar when it comes to like these two characters or these two actors. But with James Gunn, he doesn't go for like these big name actors. Everybody just seems like fresh, new, up and coming actors for the most part. And with this one, I'll be honest, wouldn't have been my first choice, but this definitely has a lot of James Gunn isms in it, which isn't a bad thing, to be honest. But I'm very curious to see how this is going to all come about. The movie really gets me excited. Like, I really cannot wait to see what James Gunn is going to do with Superman. We've not seen much in terms of like behind the scenes photos or anything like that. James Gunn's making sure that he keeps everything very secure, but everybody's just waiting for that suit. Are we going to see Trunks? Are we not going to see Trunks? I hope we do see Trunks, but that's just my personal preference. But we see this and you hear this. What are your thoughts about the casting choice? Again, would this be your first choice? What are your thoughts about them joining Superman, the movie? Let me know all of that in the comment section down below. But for the final news story we've got is a big one and the big talking point of this week. We have the voice attached for Shadow the Hedgehog in the Sonic 3 movie. So this is coming from The Hollywood Reporter, confirming that Keanu Reeves joins Sonic 3 as Shadow, with the movie set to come out in December of 20th of this year. This movie, I've mentioned it before, is my most anticipated movie of this year. I cannot wait. Now, there's been rumors, speculation about Hayden Christensen possibly playing Shadow the Hedgehog, and just a lot of things were just speculating. We thought that we were going to get a voice reveal at CinemaCon, but nothing came of that, and this actually came from John Campion. And so with this, I'm so happy about that. Like, while I do think that Hayden Christensen would have been a great voice casting for Shadow, Keanu Reeves, you definitely can see that deep voice that he's got. You think of John Wick, you think of other movies. I think he's definitely going to play a fantastic voice for Shadow. So what a casting what a casting choice, and what a cast for Sonic 3. So you've got Ben Schwartz as Sonic, Keanu Reeves as Shadow, Idris Elba as Knuckles, and Colleen O'Shaughnessy as Tails. So just a really stacked cast. So just a really entertaining cast nonetheless. And again, really looking forward to this movie. Now this just amps it up even more. You see this casting choice, you hear this, what are your thoughts about it? Let me know in the comment section down below, because also keep an eye out, because next week we've got the Knuckles TV series, so there's definitely going to be a review for that one over the weekend next week. But what are your thoughts about this? Let me know in the comment section down below in terms of this and in terms of everything we've discussed here. But I want to thank you all so much for watching. Thank you so much for listening. Keep an eye out, because we're going to be doing the Rebel Moon Scargiver Part 2 coming out also most likely tomorrow. So keep an eye out on that. But this is YK Reviews. Peace.